And so we have to think about the age of the person, how many people are going to be there. And eventually as you get older, you're going to need a bigger bed too. So you have to think about, just like in your room where you're constantly growing and you might need to get different furniture, change things around a little bit, somebody in a city is going to have to think about those same things. As the city gets bigger, we might have to change what's in it. So how many people's parents tell them how they can arrange their room? How many people's parents told them they couldn't have a TV in their room? My parents are not allowed to have a TV in my room. So there are definitely people that tell you what you can and can't do in your room and what you can and can't put in there. Just like in a city, the government is trying to make policies about what you can and can't put there and what you can and can't do there. And for those of you who share a room, your siblings might be able to tell you what you can and can't do there, but I guess that depends on if they're big siblings, right? No, you don't want to. So if there's two people living right next to each other, they might have to share, and they might have to, negotiate about what they're going to do there, what they're going to put there. So there's some things in your room that, whether your parents tell you where you can put things or not, just won't change. Like, for instance, a lot of people will have a closet in their room. You can't really move the closet around unless you just change the whole house. Or you can't really move where the door is going to be or where the windows are going to be. So you have to keep those things in mind when you're putting your furniture in your room. You can't block the door because you're not going to be able to get in, right? Just like in your room, there are certain things in a city that we can't change. Like if there's a river that runs through the city, we can't just, fill it up and put things there. Or if there's a really, really big hill, that's harder to change than a lot of other things. Can you just see okay? This little sun in the front row. Yeah. So you can arrange things differently, but you have to keep those things that you can't really change in mind. And also, okay, how many people like to have a big space in the middle of their room so that they can play? Right, so you're probably going to have to push your furniture towards the outside of the room, but if you don't really care about playing in your room, then you might just put your bed right in the middle. So think about that in a city. You might want to cluster things together, all your buildings, and then have a park where you can play. The most important, as you get more furniture in your room, you run out of places to put things, right? Yeah. Right? How many people have too much furniture in their room? I have too much furniture in my room. And my room at home, I really can't put anything else there. And think about that, like Charlottesville is pretty full. There's not a lot of extra places to keep putting things. So you have to think about, what do you really need in your room? What could you replace to maybe make things better? The most important thing you need to think about when you think about your bedroom or planning a city is that you can change things. There are certain things that you can move around. If you don't like them, you can replace certain pieces of furniture. You might be able to replace a building. You have a lot of control in how your bedroom works, just like you actually have a lot more control over how a city works than you might realize. Now Dante is going to talk to you a little bit more about it.
What's up, y'all? Y'all good? Yeah. Y'all happy to be here?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to talk a little bit about urban planning. That's what we all study, and that's what y'all been learning in class also. So urban planning is a cooperative effort to shape the city as a system and help make it healthy and a prosperous and a better place to live for everybody. Now, there are two basic elements of urban planning, broken down into two different parts. There's land use planning, how you designate how you want to use a certain part of land to help meet the needs of all the people. And there's transportation planning also, how you make decisions to help improve the transportation network. Now, land use planning, where you will designate how you want to use your land. For example, do you want to use it for a store, or do you want to use it maybe to put people's houses on there? Now, can y'all think of any other uses that how you want to use your land? What's up?
Buildings.
Put buildings on there.
Stores.
What stores?
Kings and men.
Theme parks. Water parks. Kings and Meaning. How else would you use your land? You put a park on it. That's perfect. Exercise.
Gardens.
Say it again.
Gardens.
Gardens. Put a garden for everybody. Yeah, community garden.
Get a mansion.
Put your house a big mansion on there. Schools, you gotta have people's places to learn. What's up, man?
Water country.
Oh, what?
Water country.
Another theme park. Water Country USA. What about libraries? Post offices? Any more?
Groceries.
For the grocery store. Any more ideas? What's up?
Hotel. Hotel.
Hotels.
Auto sales.
There you go.
Transportation.
Transportation network.
Arena.
Put a sports arena for your sports team. Yeah.
A wrestling.
A wrestling arena. Back there.
Green space.
Put another, yeah, for parks. Yeah, for everybody to exercise, have fun, playgrounds.
Soccer fields.
Soccer fields. All right, I'm gonna go into transportation planning now. That's basically how you design, how you decide to make the transportation network to make it, basically how to make people easily get around and how to make it safe to get around also. Now, for example, where would you put roads? Transportation network deals with where would you want to put a sidewalk? Any other ideas? Bus stops.
The red thing where they get water from it.
Fire hydrants. Any other?
Stop signs.
Stop signs at intersections, yeah. Street lights, you need the street lights to be safe. Of course, that's a good one.
A street.
A street, the roads, where you can drive on.
A basketball court.
Do for transportation, though, basketball, like basketball, we can drive to the basketball court. You need somewhere to drive to it, so.
Sidewalks.
That's the perfect sidewalk. I like that.
Train tracks.
There you go. Train tracks. There you go. Transportation networks.
Police station.
You can drive to the police station.
A bike lane.
Bike lanes. There you go.
A subway.
A subway. Yes. Subway stops. Subways. Back there, way in the back. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. I'm looking at you. Go ahead. Yeah. Well, for the cars, of course, you're gonna need some gas station, but that's probably more like a land use though.
A tunnel.
Tunnel for the cars to go on. Yeah.
Like a lake. Boats. Lakes.
I can use that one. Okay. Train. Train. There you go. You.
Overpass.
Traffic lights. Overpass. Way in the back. You.
A walking trail.
A walking trail. Yeah, that's perfect. I like that.
Southeast Airlines.
A Southeast Airlines. Okay. Airport.
Up in the air.
And traveling in the air. Let's stay on the ground though. We got me- I'm scared to fly.
What? Sports cars.
You said sports cars?
A NASCAR ring.
A NASCAR? Yeah, in the back, yeah. Train track?
Race
Oh, racetrack? Okay. All right, so those are good answers. I like, what you said?
Say Daytona 500.
Daytona 500. Okay.
Okay.
So, all right, so I'm gonna turn it back over to Professor Spain, and we're gonna talk about how we're gonna take y'all on the tour of the studio upstairs, okay?
Thank you, Dante. And we're going to have one more speaker. Michael's going to say something to you about social.
How many of y'all go somewhere after school besides home for, say, after school program? Most everybody, right? Now, where is that usually near? Park or what? Schools, exactly. How about you go to churches? A lot. Social planning. Social planning is important. It's how we all communicate with each other and get around and share ideas. So what do you do after school programs? You talk about, hey, let's go outside and play a game, or what did you do in school today? What do you usually talk about?
Math.
Math, talk about homework.
How was your day was?
How your day was? What about you?
The stuff that we need to learn.
Stuff that you need to learn, right? What about in churches and stuff like that? What do you talk about? Besides, obvious, your religion. What else do you talk about? Do you talk about what's going on in the community? What's going on in your neighborhood?
Yeah.
What about you?
Neighborhoods.
Neighborhoods.
People in need.
People in need. Right, exactly. What about you? Environment, good. Now what about, do you have community organizations? Do your parents